she said. "My therapist says your house is my safe space. You need to leave for a week." I nodded. "I understand." Then I left and had the water, gas, and electricity shut off for emergency repairs. Her panicked texts about the cold started 3 hours later. I, 39 male, am still trying to figure out where the woman I loved went and when this changeling took her place. My girlfriend, Serena, 35, and I have been together for 2.5 years. For the last 18 months, she's been living with me in the house I bought long before we met. It was good, easy, or so I thought. About 6 months ago, she started seeing a new therapist, Dr. Aris, and I mean she really started seeing him. Suddenly, our entire relationship dynamic was recontextualized through this lens of pop psychology buzzwords. If I forgot to take out the recycling, "Mark, you're defaulting on your share of the emotional labor. It makes me feel unseen." If I wanted a quiet night in instead of going to her friend's party, "I'm hearing a lot of avoidant energy from you. My boundaries require me to be around positivity, so I'm going without you." It was exhausting, but I tried to be supportive. "Hey, if this guy is helping you, great. But I was the one paying for it." Literally. Her essential oils consulting business is more of a hobby that loses money. I cover the mortgage, the utilities, the car insurance, the groceries, her phone bill. She transfers me a few $100 here and there when she has a good month. Last night, she sat me down on the couch. She had that serene, beatific smile she gets right before she's about to say something completely unreasonable. "Mark," she said, her voice soft, "I had a major breakthrough with Dr. Aris today." "Oh yeah, that's great, honey. What about?" "About us. About this space." She gestured around my living room. "He agrees with me that for me to truly heal and find my authentic self, I need to establish a truly secure, safe space. A place where my energy isn't being judged or compromised." A cold feeling started in my stomach. "Okay, and what does that mean?" "It means," she said, putting her hand on my knee, "that my therapist says your house is my safe space, and to truly make it mine, you need to leave for a week." I just stared at her. "You want me to leave? My own house?" "Just for a week," she said, as if that made it reasonable. "Dr. Aris says it's crucial. I need to inhabit this space completely, cleanse it of our negative energetic buildup. You leaving is an act of love, Mark. It shows you respect my healing journey." "And where am I supposed to go?" "Trisha's cousin has an Airbnb you could get. Or a hotel. It's only 7 days. It will be good for you too. You can stay somewhere and reflect on your energy, on how you contribute to my anxiety." I looked at her, really looked at her. There wasn't a trace of doubt. She 100% believed this, believed she had the right to evict me from my own home. And in that second, something in me just snapped. The part of me that had been making excuses, the part that had been paying for her healing, it just went quiet, and a new, colder, much more logical part of me took over. I nodded slowly. "I understand." Her face lit up. "You do? Oh, Mark, thank you. This is so healthy for us." "I totally get it," I said, standing up. "You need your space. I'll go pack a bag." "You're the best," she cooed, already picking up her phone, probably to text her best friend Trish and Dr. Aris the good news. I went upstairs and packed a carry-on. Clothes for a week. My laptop. My important documents from the desk. I walked downstairs, kissed her on the forehead. "All right, the house is all yours. Do your energetic cleansing. I'll see you in a week." "This is going to be so healing," she chirped. I walked out the front door, got in my car, and drove to a nice extended stay hotel about 20 minutes away. Checked in, connected to the Wi-Fi, and got to work. First, I called the gas company. I used the automated system. Report a hazard. I reported a strong smell of rotten eggs in the basement near the furnace. They, as required by law, scheduled an immediate emergency shutoff. Second, I called the water company. "I'm the homeowner. I need an emergency shutoff. I have a major internal pipe burst." "Yes, right now. I'll handle the plumber. You just kill the main." Third, I logged into my electrical provider's website. I'm the account holder. I scheduled a vacation shutoff for maintenance. I set the date for 1 hour from now. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and ordered a club sandwich from room service. About 3 hours later, the texts started rolling in. I watched them appear on my lock screen. "Serena, hey, the power just went out. Did you forget to pay the bill?" "Seriously, it's pitch black and the heat just clicked off. It's getting cold. Mark, the water isn't working either. I can't even flush the toilet. What is going on? This isn't funny. I'm cold and I can't see anything. Call me. I know you're doing this. You're trying to punish me. This is psychotic. Turn it back on right now. I finished my sandwich. I sent one single reply. Wow, that's crazy. Must be a massive neighborhood outage. So glad I'm at this hotel. Anyway, I'm turning my phone off to reflect like you suggested. Have a great week. Then I blocked her number. Update 1. Woke up this morning feeling rested. Which is wild, considering the mushroom cloud I knew was forming. I unblocked Serena's number just to see the damage. It was impressive. Dozens of missed calls and texts, each more frantic than the last. They culminated around 3 a.m. with, "I'm at Trisha's. You are a monster. My lawyer will be calling you." Then at 8 a.m. the real fun started. A call from an unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. The message? "Mr. My last name, this is Officer Darden. We've received a wellness check request from a Miss Serena. She claims you've locked her out of her home and created an unsafe living situation. Please give me a call back." The sheer, unmitigated gall. She called the cops on me. I called him back immediately. "Me, Officer Darden, this is Mark, my last name. I just got your message. Is everything okay?" "Sir, I'm here at your residence. Your girlfriend, Miss Serena, is here. She says you turned off all the utilities to punish her and she can't get inside." "Wait, she's at the house? Is she insane?" "Officer, I had to leave yesterday because of a critical safety issue. The gas company red-tagged my furnace. I smelled gas and they shut it off immediately. Then my electrician said the main breaker box was sparking. It's a fire hazard. He shut off the main power. The whole house is unsafe. I'm at a hotel until the crews can fix it." "Sparking?" "Me, yes, sir. I told Serena it was unsafe, that I was leaving, and that she needed to come with me. She's been under a lot of stress. She refused. She said she wanted to stay. I figured she'd leave when it got dark. I have no idea why she'd go back there. And the house is locked because it's a dangerous work site. The crews are scheduled for this afternoon." I could hear him turn away from the phone. Muffled talking. "Officerina." "Ma'am." He's saying the house is a fire hazard. He says he told you not to stay. Serena's voice. "He's lying. He's doing this to control me. My therapist said he would." The officer got back on the phone. He sounded tired. "Sir, this sounds like a domestic dispute." "Respectfully, officer, it's a property dispute. It's my house. I am the sole owner. Miss Serena is a guest who was asked to leave for her own safety while I conduct emergency repairs. I have the utility work orders right here. I can email them to you. I can't have anyone in that house until it's cleared." "Right? Well, ma'am, I can't force him to let you into a house that he owns and claims is unsafe. This is a civil matter." "Civil?" "He left me to freeze. I have belongings in there. My $400 face creams are ruined." The call ended. I knew I had a window. I called a moving company, the 24/7 emergency kind. I paid triple the rate. I need a full pack and move. Today. Now. Everything in the master bedroom that's in the left side closet and the white dresser. Everything in the spare office room. Everything in the bathroom cabinets. They were there in 2 hours. I met them, let them in. The house was indeed cold and dark. While they worked, I called a locksmith and a security company. By 4 p.m., all of Serena's belongings, every last essential oil, every yoga mat, every live, laugh, love sign, were professionally packed. All of it was moved into a 10 by 15 climate-controlled storage unit. I paid for the first month. The locks on my house were changed. A new security system was installed. I sat in my warm, repaired house. The gas was on. The lights were on. The water was running. Amazing how fast emergency repairs get done when you're the one fixing them. Then I composed a text to Serena. "Me, Serena, the police contacted me. I'm glad you're safe at Trisha's. The repair crews came today, but they found a lot of problems. The wiring is a mess. It's going to be a long-term project. The house is unlivable. Me, since this situation is so stressful, and you've mentioned my energy is so toxic, I've decided to respect your healing journey by giving you the ultimate safe space, your own. I've had all of your belongings professionally moved to a secure, climate-controlled storage unit. Here is the address, the unit number, and the key code. I've paid for the first month to give you time to figure out your next steps. Me. This relationship is over. You tried to evict me from my own home using therapy speak as a weapon. You called the police and lied about me. You are no longer welcome on my property. Any attempt to come here will be considered trespassing. Goodbye. I blocked her. Then I blocked Trish. Then I ordered a pizza. The real war I knew was just beginning. Update 2. The 2 weeks since StorageGate have been a masterclass in entitlement. I'd barely finished my pizza when the new offensive began. They couldn't reach my phone, so they went for my email. The first volley came from Trish. Subject: You are a sick man. Mark, Serena is having a full-blown panic attack. She's destitute because of you. She has nothing. You stole her belongings. We are going to the police tomorrow and reporting you for grand theft. You better return her things and pay her for the emotional distress you've caused, or you're gonna jail. You can't just throw a woman out. She has rights. I gotta admit, that one gave me a tremor. Jail? Grand theft? My logical brain knew it was nonsense, but the threat was still rattling. I immediately called my cousin who works in corporate law, who gave me the number of a friend who eats domestic disputes for breakfast. I had a consultation the next morning. My new lawyer, let's call him Ben, just grinned as I laid out the texts: the safe space demand, the utility shutoff, clever if a bit dramatic, and the storage unit receipt. She wasn't a tenant, Ben said, steepling his fingers. She paid no rent, had no lease. She was a long-term guest. You gave her notice to leave, admittedly a very creative notice, and you secured her property. She has no case for illegal eviction, and it's not theft if you've given her the keys to the storage unit where all her stuff is. She's just mad she's not living for free anymore. He drafted a beautiful, terrifying letter to Serena, which I emailed to her since she was blocked everywhere else. It basically said, "Our client Mark has terminated his personal relationship with you. Your status as a guest in his private residence is revoked. Your personal property has been secured at storage facility address, with 1 month's rent paid as a courtesy. Any attempt to contact our client, his family, or his place of employment will be viewed as harassment. Any attempt to enter his property will result in immediate prosecution for criminal trespass." This was the best part. We have copies of your texts demanding he vacate his own home, which show a clear intent to seize control of the property. We are confident a judge will see this as you acting in bad faith. That same afternoon, I got a whimpering email from Serena. The bravado was gone. "Mark, please. I can't afford that storage unit. I can't find my green ceramic tray, the one my aunt gave me. Did you throw it away? It was precious. And I need money. You can't just cut me off. I have no income. How am I supposed to live? Dr. Eris says this is financial abuse." Dr. Eris, the puppet master. This therapist was the root of all this. I'd been paying his invoices. I still had them. I did a little digging. Dr. Eris was not a doctor. He wasn't an LCSW, not an MFT, not a psychologist. He was a certified spiritual counselor who got his certification from an online weekend webinar. And that green ceramic tray? I knew exactly which one she meant. It was an ugly, lopsided thing she kept on her nightstand for her energy crystals. I hadn't seen it when the movers were packing. I went to check the bedroom. There, tucked behind the nightstand, was the tray. And under it, a small, folded receipt. It was from a men's cologne brand. A very expensive one, a brand I don't wear. The charge date was from 3 weeks ago. Suddenly, the safe space demand made a whole new kind of sense. The week I was supposed to be gone, the cleansing of my energy. She wasn't just trying to evict me, she was planning to replace me. My blood went from cold to boiling. This wasn't just entitlement anymore, this was a planned cuckolding. So I took a new step. I found the Dr. Eris Spiritual Guidance business page. I found his professional email, and I sent him a little message. Subject: invoice question and a lost item. "Hello Dr. Eris, you've been treating my now ex-girlfriend Serena. I've been paying your invoices. I'm writing because I believe there's been a mistake. Your counseling seems to have crossed a line from therapy into encouraging a hostile takeover of my home. Also, your friend, Serena, left something here. A receipt for cologne, and this ugly green tray. I have a new security system with cameras. I'm very interested to see if a spiritual guide has been making house calls. My lawyer Ben is also very interested. I expect you to handle this. And by handle this, I mean you need to make sure I never hear from Serena again. No legal threats, no emails, nothing. Or we'll all find out just how holistic your practice really is. I attached a photo of the receipt in the tray. I didn't expect a reply. I was wrong. Final update. The silence was, as they say, deafening. For about 48 hours. I was at my desk trying to untangle a code migration when my personal cell rang. It was Ben, my lawyer. Mark, you're not going to believe this. Oh God, what now? I just got a call, not from Serena's lawyer, from a lawyer representing a Mr. Aris, the therapist. My heart hammered. And Mr. Aris would like to resolve this amicably. His lawyer said his client is deeply concerned about Serena's instability and potential for misinterpretation of his guidance. Misinterpretation. Right, get this. Mr. Aris is generously offering to pay for Serena's storage unit for 1 full year. And he's offering you $5,000 for your trouble and emotional distress in exchange for you signing a non-disclosure agreement about him and his practice. I almost dropped the phone. The cologne receipt. That had to be it. He wasn't just her therapist. He was the guy she was buying cologne for. The safe space was for him. He was terrified of me blowing up his little healing scam. Me, Ben? Counteroffer. I don't want his $5,000. It feels dirty. Tell him I'll sign the NDA on one condition. Ben, I'm listening. I want a formal, notarized letter from Serena. In it, she must state that she was not a tenant, that she paid no rent, that her demands for me to leave were based on personal advice she now recognizes as inappropriate, and that she fully relinquishes any and all claims to my property, now and in the future. She signs that, and I'll sign Aris's NDA, and he gets to pay for her storage for the year. That's surgical, Mark. You're basically having him buy your get-out-of-jail-free card from her. He's gonna have to force her to sign it. He got her into this. He can get her out. It took a week of what I can only imagine was the world's most stressful spiritual counseling sessions. But it came, a FedEx package with a notarized, ironclad letter from Serena, hitting every single point I demanded. Her signature was shaky. I signed the NDA for Aris. I felt nothing, just tired. The final loose end was Trish. She hadn't gotten the memo. She was still on the warpath. She couldn't email me, so she tried to find me on a professional networking site, sending me a message. I see you, you snake, hiding behind your lawyers. Serena is broken. I hope you're happy. Just know, everyone knows what you did. You're a cold, abusive coward. I looked at the message. I thought about the cologne receipt. I thought about the safe space lie. I replied with just one attachment, a scanned copy of the notarized letter Serena had signed where she explicitly admitted everything. Her reply 20 minutes later, oh. She's blocked me now. So, that's it. It's over. I'm out thousands for Ben's time, for the movers, for the locksmiths, for the security system. My house feels empty. I'm constantly checking the new security cameras. I jump when the heat clicks on. I don't feel like a winner. I don't feel justice was served. I just feel like I survived a hurricane that I invited into my own home. I was a fool for letting it go on so long, for paying for the rope she was using to hang me. Last night, I took the ugly green tray and the cologne receipt, and I put them in my barbecue. I lit a match and watched them burn until they were just black flakes. It's not a healing journey, but I guess it's a start.